There's another freaking company in private credit melting down. What? Check this story out. It's out of Zero Hedge. It says Ares, whatever, is the latest to gate investors in its private credit fund. Here's who will gate next. Just hours after we learned about Apollo. Did you watch that? I totally did a video on it. If not, it'll be in the little box at the end of this one. It says here, after it warned it will also gate redemption requests in the future, having been hit with over 11% of withdrawal demands while limiting quarterly redemptions to just 5%. This morning, FT reported that Ares management has also limited withdrawals from one of its marquee, oh, look at that, don't you like it how they word those? This is the marquee product. It's only for the most sophisticated investors. And if you want your money back, you're so screwed. All right, here we go. It says here, it's going to limit withdrawals from the marquee private credit fund, pitched to wealthy individuals as redemptions surged to 11.6% in the first quarter amid a broad flight from the assets class. Now, Ares said it received $1.2 billion worth of redemption requests at the $10.7 billion Ares Strategic Income Fund in its first 3 months of the year. It fulfilled 524 million of those requests, or just over 2/5 of the withdrawals it faced. Previously, the fund honored all redemption requests in the final quarter of 2025, even though they had risen about 5%. But look at this, the mountain of requests are still rising and rising because most wealthy individuals, they actually don't have a really good grasp of what's going on in the markets. I know it sounds crazy, but the tsunami that's being reported, it was really started in social media and then moved over to Main Street. That's actually how it happens these days. Now, they go on to say, they made this statement, we have decided to make this, or we have made this decision, as with all capital allocation decisions, aligned with what we believe are in the best interests of the fund and of our stakeholders, including the overwhelming majority of stakeholders who remain invested, the company said in its letter. Ares' decision follows similar moves of many of its biggest competitors, including Apollo, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, Cliffwater, and many others, all of whom have seen a surge in redemption requests. Ares described the redemption as being driven by a limited number of family offices and smaller institutions. That's them trying to keep the panic down. Just, they don't have the money. If they pulled out, if everybody got their money, they would collapse. The fund would collapse. This is really happening in real time. And you could see that this is contagion. Like you said, a long time, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, we were talking about just BlackRock. Now it's BlackRock, Blackstone, Apollo, Ares. I mean, there's so many others, and it's gonna get worse. Yay. Hey, now look, if you're like sitting on the side and like, yeah, go get those rich people. Well, guess what? Your 401k is seriously screwed, and you're gonna be in trouble too. So before you think all of a sudden this is just a rich person problem, it's actually not, because they're rich for a reason. All right, here we go. Really pissed off someone there. Some financial Karen's just melting down in their parents' basement. Oh, all right, anyway, look, this is enough. All right, we'll just come back and report on the next company that's gonna do this. Economic Ninja is out.